Year 3 is finally here, everybody. Welcome back to the NBA 2K25 expansion franchise with the Mexico City Aztecs. We are coming off potentially our most exciting offseason yet after making a couple of big moves in both the NBA draft and NBA free agency. We signed Mark Williams, our new center, who's going to start over James Wiseman, who we re-signed on a 3-year contract. Both guys will be here for those 3 years unless things go downhill. But Williams comes in as a 13-badge defensive rebounding anchor. That's going to be his role. You know, I have never had a, superstar center in any series so far on 2K. And that might be the case again here in this series, but we'll see what happens. Mark Williams is not like a great offensive player. He's just a solid offensive player and is very efficient. But until we are able to actually draft a Shaq-esque big, we gotta fill those holes where we can, and that starts with Mark Williams at the 5. We re-signed James Wiseman to be the backup now after he was the starter for all of last year, but now we have a really, really solid front court with these two alongside Naz Reid. But perhaps the biggest story of the offseason was drafting David Dennis with the 4th overall pick in the draft after trading up from pick number 10. We gave up quite a lot to get him. We gave up Lonzo Ball, our 10th overall pick, and the 15th overall pick. Quite a lot to get number 4. But now we have a player alongside John Cobb in the backcourt to be a franchise-changing player. And I do think that he is going to be a very impressive passer and a very efficient scorer right out of the gate. He's got some really good ratings across the board. His tendencies don't really lean towards taking contested shots, and he will find the open man plenty of times. I think this was the right pick for us over Will McBride, who was taken by the Lakers at pick 5 right after he was taken. And it's going to be a different look than having Lonzo Ball out there, but I think it's going to be a really, really fun debut and a really fun year with this rookie. But alongside him, we have year 2 for John Cobb, who, to my surprise, did not gain any badges this past off season, but I think it's only because he was a relatively low overall. I think between this year and his 3rd year, I think that will be where he gained some badges. We have been training him and mentoring him for the first year going into this year, so I do think that, things are going to look up for him. But he went up by like 6, 7 overall points, and he's going to be even better than he was last year, where he averaged about 19 points per game as our 2nd leading scorer behind Naz Reid. But now we have guys around him. We have Naz Reid returning. We have Mark Williams, who's going to be like a 13 or 12 points per game average player. We have David Dennis, who I think can give us numbers around where Cobb is, maybe a bit lower than that in terms of points per game. And we have a guy that can pass better than Lonzo could in Dennis as well. So I do think that this will be a better year than last year, but we are a very young team. Things don't always go to plan with players as young as these guys on our current roster. And don't forget, we did sign Terry Rozier at 32 years old to be the backup point guard. He is more of a scoring guy than a passer, but he was the best passer available that we could afford. So we brought him in to be the backup point guard behind David Dennis as we get Okoro, Josh Green, Gary Trent, Grant Williams, and more all to return to the team. And we'll see who ends up earning the playing time on the bench, because I think our starting 5 is pretty set in stone, but I think the backup spots are still kind of up for grabs. Some people want to see a new tattoo for John Cobb. Now, here is the thing. He's already got 3 tattoos, and they're all on his arms. He's got the champion tattoo, which for some reason disappears sometimes when we're in this menu, but it does appear over top of that lion sleeve on his left arm. He's got the family tattoo on his right arm, and only one more slot to add. We can only add one more tattoo for him, so we're going to add this right now, and it's going to be either on his right arm or on his right leg. All right, I'm thinking of adding this new tattoo to his right arm, so it's going to be below the family tattoo on his right forearm, below that little armband he has right there. And I think this is all that we can add. So, actually, no, we can add some more. We can add some more. Let's just do, one per year until we're out of slots. I thought we could only add one, but I guess we can add some more. I think next year we'll probably add one to his right leg, but I think for now the arms are pretty much complete. And now the champion tattoo does show up, so there you go. Right now, John Cobb has the solid body shape, but after his first NBA offseason, it's time for him to kind of get a little more defined. So, slightly different look, but he looks pretty similar, just a little bit more defined as the body shape indicates. And we're also going to make one final change as well, because he shaved off 5 pounds. All that being said, guys, it is finally time to tip off year number 3 here in this NBA 2K25 expansion series with the Aztecs. We go on the road to the United Center in Chicago to face the Chicago Bulls. And it's the debut of our new backcourt, including David Dennis, the 4th overall pick, and last year's 6th overall pick, John Cobb, a much improved player entering his 2nd season. And tip-off is officially underway on opening night here on the road. The first game for head coach Horace James Jr. as Cobb picks up a steal on the first play of the game, and Dennis has his first NBA bucket. Just how you want to start things. Transition offense after a steal from potentially our best player this season. Here we go in year 3. Giddey, baseline, and he is fouled by Mark Williams, our biggest flagship signing of the offseason. Looking to him for some really good paint defense and really good rebounding. And then Wiseman behind him will hopefully give us some of the same. Dennis lobs it for Cobb, but they're not on the same page on their first set play. Van Vliet leads the break and lays it in for 2, and Chicago jumps in front. Mismatch down low for Reed, and he got Van Vliet up in the air with the foul. First free throws of the year for the Aztecs. Naz Reid had a completely healthy year, played all 82 games last year. 19.6 points per game, 8.0 rebounds per game, hoping for an even better year than he had last year. He was off to a flying start back in year 2, and I'm kind of hoping for more of the same here against Chicago. Williams has that one denied by Naz Reid. Our first block of the season, and now it goes the other way, trying to take back the lead. Reid cuts inside and jams it in off the assist from Okoro. Time winding down for the Bulls. Matas Buzelis rattles off a triple, but that one's offline. Reid down low. Cobb backing down. Buzelis throws it up with the left hand, dump it in for his first points on the season. Welcome back, John Cobb. Shot clock approaching 0. Van Vliet has to fire over Dennis, who's a good on-ball defender, and he ends up grabbing that tipped-out rebound. How to find a shot here. Okoro has it. In the corner, Dennis creates some space and knocks down his second NBA shot. It's a three-pointer this time, and a 9-0 run for the Aztecs. 5 points already for David Dennis. Van Vliet trying to respond. He breaks the cold spell for Chicago. All the way up ahead, Mark Williams readjusting, but he can't finish. Jalen Smith with a stop down low. I guess he's playing center for the Bulls, so slightly undersized there, but a nice stop on the big man, Mark Williams. Here's Josh Giddey, baseline drive, but he steps out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover. Lobbing it for Dennis. That one is snuffed out, but Williams gets it back, and misses the putback attempt. Williams picked up now by Dennis. Out to Buzelis, now waiting for a screen. He pumps, fires, and connects on the trifecta, and our lead is cut to 1. Top cuts, gets the fade, and Giddey got lost on the steal attempt. And a bad screen set by Patrick Williams turns the ball over as Zach LaVine checks in off the bench here in year 3 for the Bulls as the Aztecs lead 13-10 approaching the halfway mark of the first quarter. Dennis finds Cobb on the cut, but Giddey is right there to prevent the basket. Now up ahead, Patrick Williams left it short. Okoro and Naz Reid both right there to meet him. Reid charges down the court and has it rejected by Williams. A couple of stops back and forth, and Giddey finally lays that one in. And it's back to 1. Naz Reid gets it low block. 2 defenders there. He is fouled by Giddey. That's number 2 on the Bulls. Front end for Naz Reid will drop in. And the second one is good as well. He's 4 for 4 at the line. LaVine penetrates, going right at Okoro, who is called for the foul. That's number 2 on the Aztecs now. LaVine this year has averaged, well, not average, he's played 1 game so far and put up 26 points and 83% shooting at the charity line. And he goes 2 for 2 here. So he came off the bench in their first game, which they played just a day ago, and dropped 26 points off the bench. Pretty impressive performance for him. Naz Reid lets it fly, but can't connect. He's now 1 for 4 from the field early on in this one. To give the Bulls the lead, Giddey can't knock it down, and Naz Reid pulls in the miss. Okoro drives inside, gets by LaVine for the deuce. Off the screen, step back triple, and LaVine unable to knock it down from behind the arc. And we give it right back. Patrick Williams cuts off the pass. LaVine leads the fast break and gives it to Williams for the bucket. And it is a close one so far as we call timeout with 4:17 to go in the opening quarter of play. Scary Terry, Gary Trent, and James Wiseman make their first appearance this year as Wiseman picks up the assist on the cut by Gary Trent. So Okoro and Naz Reid both stay in, but Dennis, Cobb, and Williams all check out for now. Starters mostly still in for Chicago, aside from Zach LaVine. Here's Patrick Williams, out to Van Vliet, going against Scary Terry. Out to Williams again, contested shot, it won't go. Okoro, with space, takes his time, but can't knock it down. And now it's stolen after a bad pass by LaVine. Up to Naz Reid, finishing over Josh Giddey, and the Aztecs lead by 5. Giddey fires a triple, but misses top of the arc. Reid whips it inside, and Okoro throws down a jackhammer. Aztecs shooting 56% to the Bulls' 36. And we lead by 7 points now with 2.5 to go. Time counting down. LaVine once again out of a shot, finds Williams, who can't hit, and Scary Terry ends up with the rebound. Gotta find a shot here. Reid, good pump fake, got Williams up in the air, and that 3 is cashed in by Naz Reid. That pump fake was why that one was an open look. A 10-point lead here in the first quarter. Another 15-6 run by the Aztecs. Looking good so far. Playing some good defense too. Here's LaVine with it, with the shot clock now under 5. Giddey has to force it. Trent right there. Deep triple won't go. Wiseman pulls down the miss. Screen set by Wiseman. Terry rises up. Can't hit. Wiseman tries to tip that one back in, but was blocked by the rim. And the first quarter is over. 26-16. Impressive defense by Mexico City early on. Start of the second quarter, John Cobb back out there alongside Trent Wiseman, Rozier, and Grant Williams as he hits that shot from deep inside the arc, and our lead continues to grow. Giddey driving, left-handed layup, won't go, and the cold spell only continues for Chicago. Backdoor cuts. Cobb jams it in. He continues his hot start. The assist goes to Gary Trent. Levine giving space off the screen. That's way too open. Screen set. Rozier has room to fire. That one rattles in for two. Giddey has a lane. Back out, and Dosunmu can't hang on to it. Cobb picks up his second steal. Good pass. Williams corner triple. Can't get it to go. That was a good find, though, by Gary Trent. Giddey driving. Wiseman right there, but Giddey somehow finishes through the contact. Good pass. Rozier, top of the key. No good from behind the arc. Off-ball screen set. Levine fires, and the shot will not go, but it would not count because it was a bad screen by Dosunmu. All right, folks, David Dennis back in for the Aztecs alongside John Cobb, who fires a triple and connects again. Has Cobb missed a shot? I don't think he has. Good feed over the top. Cornet pump fakes a couple of times and just flushes that one in. Surprising bucket there from Luke Cornet. But it's 35-23. Mexico City continues to pour the points in here. Dennis finds Cobb on the cut for another jackhammer slam. Screen comes up. Levine back to Cornet. Another pick and roll worked to perfection. So Cobb right now, guys, is 6 for 7 from the field as Williams can't hit from behind the arc, but Wiseman pulls down the offensive board to keep things alive. Dennis drives, crosses over, gets around to Dosunmu, but the layup won't go. Up to Levine. Underneath the rim. Can't hit, but he got it back. And Chicago retains possession. Dosunmu, the Cornets. Levine, back out. Screen comes up. Dosunmu has room, but can't lace it. Williams calling for it down low. He's got Dosunmu caught on his hip, and he gets inside for the deuce. Really good passing so far by the Aztecs here in this first half. Downhill, and that's going to be a blocking foul, and Okoro, the bucket's going to count. What? I can't believe that call in either way. Not only was that supposed to be a charge, but that bucket I don't think should count. 3-point play, though, from Dosunmu, and it's going to cut our lead down to 11. Fading away, Wiseman with a really ill-advised shots as we have finally brought in Wade Anderson, last year's second-round pick. He'll get some playing time in the first and second half, but it won't be a lot. We'll see if he can make a difference here with John Cobb taking a breather. Levine, drive, reverse layup, will go. Oh my God, almost turned the ball over. Wiseman gets to it. Cornet draped all over him, and he finally is going to be called for a foul. Front end. will not go for Wiseman. The back end is also out as Mark Williams comes in. Wiseman stays in. We got Naz Reid playing the 3 as Williams rattles in the transition basket. We got Cobb back in already as Reid passed up the open triple. Cobb will fire and hit again. Van Vliet steps back and connects. Dennis waits for the screen. Comes off it, finds Williams down low as Smith just lost him. That might be Mark Williams' first buckets in an Aztecs uniform. So welcome to Mexico City, fella. The lead is back up to 9 as Levine sticks the triple. Williams sets the screen, rolls inside. Cobb keeps it, hands it off now. Williams does not fire. Now that shot clock is winding down. He has to shoot the mid-range jumper, which is not his forte. Just a bad possession by the offense. Van Vliet in the paint. In the corner now, Zach LaVine blows by Cobb and jams it on Wiseman. And our lead is cut to 4. Dennis steps into a triple. It's wide open, but it won't go. Giddy over the top to Williams with authority. Chicago closing the gap prior to halftime. Under 3 to go. Gotta stay in front here. All right. Gotta close the first half strong. Williams rattles in the buckets from the baseline over Jalen Smith. Cutting inside, it's Levine, up and under. Chicago keeping pace here. Screen comes up. Cobb with the triple. That one finds the back iron, but rattles out. For the lead, Levine, no good. Williams, cross-court pass to Cobb. Reid comes over. Cobb lets it fly. That one's not going to go either. Could use a stop right here, but Van Vliet's got space, and the Bulls have jumped in front. They trailed by as many as 14 points earlier this quarter, but have climbed all the way back in just before the halftime break. And the offense for us has gone very cold. Can we find something here? Terry rises, but can't respond. Screen sets. Levine rises and sticks another one. Lead up to 4. Levine's got 17 points off the bench for Chicago. And now Cobb inside, and he draws the foul against Levine. 8.5 on the clock. Got to hit these free throws. The first one will find its way through. Grant Williams checks in to close the half. Cobb, 2 for 2. Last shot of the first half belongs to Levine. Long ranger and contested. But Chicago storms all the way back and takes the lead entering halftime. It's 48-50. The second half begins. John Cobb leads us with 18 points as Levine dropped in 17 there in the first half for Chicago. Cobb with the triple, rattles it in, and just like that, the Aztecs are back in front. I want to see more shooting from David Dennis, but so far he's been pretty solid passing-wise. He's been very efficient scoring-wise, but want to get him some more touches here in the second half. As Van Vliet spins and goes right after him for the buckets. He's got 12. Lobbing for Williams. That's going to be another turnover. Our lobs have not worked so far. That's now 2 turnovers for Dennis on 2 lob attempts. Jalen Smith, top of the key triple. Got a common shot for him, but it won't go. Dennis spins, attacks the rim, readjusting and finishing. That's more like it, Rook. Giddey wants to go to work. He blows by Cobb. Good passing by the Bulls as Smith misses the layup but got it back. Van Vliet, second chance triple, no, and Williams comes down after fighting for it with Jalen Smith. On the other end, Cobb too strong off the rim, and it goes the other way. Uzelis up and under, left it short, got another offensive rebound, and this time the Bulls take advantage. Cobb blows by Giddey and eventually draws the foul. That's going to be the second foul against Giddey. Last year, Bulls were a top 5 rebounding team. We are trying to get there this year, hopefully with that addition of Mark Williams, bringing back James Wiseman off the bench, and hopefully Nasri can give us 8 more rebounds a game like he did last year as Cobb sinks both free throws. Aztecs lead by 1. Giddey over Naz Reid, fading away, tough shot, it won't go. Now a mismatch inside. Reid backing down Giddey on the other end and jamming all over him. That's how it's done. Naz Reid's got 13 points. Giddey, contested 3. A really good job on defense that time by Cobb. As Dennis fires the mid-range jumper but left it short. Good pass. Smith denied by Reid, his second of the afternoon. Hand off to Reid. Handing off to Dennis. His jumper rattles out again. Up ahead. Uzelis turns it over with a bad pass that was deflected by Okoro. Gotta find something. Dennis, mid-range jumper. Now 0 for 3 here in the second half. Or I guess 1 for 4, that should be. As Giddey blocked this time by Williams. Dennis trying to get going, and that ball's gonna drop in from behind the arc to double our lead to 6. Catch and shoots. Giddey's third field goal drops in, but he's missed 8 shots. Dennis driving and finishing through the contact. Great driving take right there. He's been good on those plays attacking the basket. Good pass back out. Open triple. Jalen Smith, though, can't knock it down. Reid pushes out to Dennis, who can't hang on to it. It's going to be a fast break for Josh Giddey. It's left for Cobb, and that 3 is offline. Uh-oh, there's space, and Van Vliet will tie the game. Chicago right back in it. It's tied at 62 apiece as we call a timeout. And Scary Terry, give us a spark. That is not a good shot right there. In his first minutes in this second half, we got him. Gary Trent and Wade Anderson now in there alongside Mark Williams and Naz Reid. Levine back in for the Bulls. And he got it to go over 2 defenders. He has been fantastic for Chicago. And when he is checked in, he has given them plenty of life offensively. Back inside to Naz Reid, who's fouled on the dunk as well. The free throw can put us back in the lead. And it will. Shot clock under 5. Levine picked up his dribble. Got Trent looking the other way, but can't take advantage. Very tight game here as Reid has it down low. 2 defenders come over. Trent's got space, and that one's perfect. Backdoor lob attempt sailing out of bounds. Alley-oops have not worked for either team at all in this one. As Williams checks out, Wiseman checks in to potentially close this third quarter. And the corner with it, it's Gary Trent. Inside, Wiseman with the deuce. Levine blows by Trent, scoops it up and out, and Trent pulls down the miss. It's been a very slow-paced game so far compared to what I'm kind of used to in this series. Not a lot of shots per quarter because there's been pretty solid defense played for the most part by both teams. Anderson gives it up to Trent. He's going to have to shoot this over Levine. Backdoor lob, swatted away by Naz Reid. He read that beautifully. Can we take advantage? Anderson with the 2 on the other end. Contact from Terry. It's not called, and we lead by 7 points. Got to keep this going and close this quarter very strong. Inside. How many times is Wiseman going to get beat on these little pick and roll plays, man? Cornette has 6 points, all of which have come against Wiseman. Tough 3. It's not going to go for Reid. Now it's Williams on the other end. It nearly got the and one. And free throws can close it back to 1 score. The front end is perfect. Josh Green, Grant Williams, both check in. Backups out there for now as it's back to 3 points. Nice pass. Wiseman waits a bit too long to fire, and it's going to cost us. Levine denied by Wiseman. Plenty of blocks for the Aztecs here in this one. Do we score off the block? Wiseman is blocked by Cornette in response. Once again, just fired way too late, and now Williams does get the and one and a chance to tie things up. This is not how you close a third quarter, man. The free throw will go, and we are tied at 71 apiece. We will have the final shot of the quarter. Last play. Rozier right into the contact. He got the finish to go. What a play. And we lead through 3. Well, this game is anybody's game right now with 12 to go. 73-71. Aztecs hanging on by a thread. Here we go in the fourth quarter. Levine, Giddey, DeSumo, Cornette, and now Spencer out there for the Bulls. His first time been out there for Chicago. As Levine can't get it to go, Naz Reid pulls down the miss. We got him, Dennis, Rozier, Wiseman, and Josh Green as Rozier cashes in from deep. Just how you want to start the fourth. Let's keep this train moving. Good pass inside. Cornette left it short. Gets it back and finishes. He's got Wiseman's number right now, and it's not helping us out whatsoever. Rozier steps into a 3. It's not going to go, but he was fouled on the shot. Number 3 against Josh Giddey gives us 3 charity stripe shots for Scary Terry, who's a very good free throw shooter. I believe he shot about 86% last year. But he bricks the second one. I gotta stop talking. The back end is good. We lead by 5. Inside, Levine over Josh Green. Got it to go. He continues to be a spark plug off the bench. Now mismatch inside. Double comes on Wiseman. Good pass out. Dennis laces it from deep. A big fourth quarter bucket by the rookie point guard. The 4th overall pick. That will double our lead to 6. Giddey lost the ball, trying to go behind the back. Reid picks up the steal. Green pulls up and gets it to go off the backboard and back in. The lead soars to 9 all of a sudden. Shot clock is approaching 0. Great defense by the Aztecs once again. Wiseman's calling for it. Mismatch down low. He will not pass, and why should he? Downhill. Good pass out. Open triple to Sudmu. Can't connect. Giddy got the rebound, but the shot won't count because of a Cornet loose ball foul. Good pass back to Grant Williams, but his left-handed hook shot will not drop. 4 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. We have looked pretty solid to open it, but still plenty of basketball left to play. It's been good defense overall, I think, by Horace James Jr.'s Aztecs defense. As Cornet turns the ball over, Wiseman with a great steal, and Williams gets the and one on the other end. Defense to offense, how can you not love this kind of basketball? The fourth quarter hot streak continues as we lead by 14 points. Back out. Patrick Williams got Grant Williams up in the air, but cannot take advantage. And this crowd is now filtering in some boos. Okoro, another transition bucket drops in behind the arc. And this crowd has been completely silenced. Time counting down. Really good on-ball defense by the Aztecs. The Bulls can't find anything right now, and our defense has shown up to play here in this fourth quarter. Another mismatch for Wiseman in the low post. Out to Grant Williams. No good. Oh, how did that pass get to Patrick Williams? Oh, the outstretched fingers of Grant. And that bucket's going to go to break another cold spell for Chicago, but still plenty of work left to do with about half the quarter left. Rozier steps into it. No good. Wiseman pulls it down. Okoro, second chance, no. Wiseman out to Okoro. Third chance won't go. And now it goes back to the Bulls. Off the screen. Van Vliet back to Patrick Williams, who buries two in a row. And the Bulls are once again climbing back. What is that pass by Rozier? Right to Jalen Smith. And now Giddy misses the buckets on the fast break. Trent drives inside and is fouled on the layup attempt by Sudmu. This crowd does not like the call, neither does Sumu, but Trent's got the shooter's roll to finally drop in. We have most of our starters in, with Dennis, Williams, and Reed, but still yet to see John Cobb appear in this fourth quarter. Downhill, and denied by Mark Williams. That's gonna leave a mark. That's why he's down there. Dennis spins and is fouled by Fred Van Vliet. First free throw is no good for David Dennis. And the back end is good as Cobb is back in to close the game as the Aztecs are holding on to a 14 points cushion. Williams given space, and his hot streak continues. He's hit 3 shots in a row. Cobb working against Josh Giddey, fading away off the glass, too strong. The drive is going to go for Josh Giddey. Our lead is cut to 10. Now it's a cut. Dennis lays it in for 2. Good response by the rookie. He's got 18 points here in his debut. He has looked really, really solid. Van Vliet penetrates. Good defense by Cobb, who pulls down the miss. Just over 3 to play. Cobb up and under. Got it to go. What a game for John Cobb. In his year 2 debut, he has looked very, very good on offense. Little pick and roll right back to Patrick Williams, who will flush that one in. Dennis goes right after Van Vliet and picks up his third foul. Aztecs now in the bonus for the rest of regulation. First free throw for Dennis will drop in. Not sure what his rating is for free throws, but it seems to be relatively solid. Hopefully like 80 or higher, as these two are both perfect. Cobb drives and finishes. Giddy draped all over, and that does not matter. Our lead up to 16 points. Fans beginning to exit the arena, as that three is no good from Patrick Williams. Dennis readjusting, count that one, and the foul. And he is hype about that one. Let's go, David Dennis. Impressive debut for him. The free throw once again drops in. And if we score one more time, this could be a blowout victory here on opening night. Coro has a lane. He is fouled, and free throws are coming up. That is what, 3 straight fouls against Chicago? As Okoro bricks the front end. And the back end will go. Backups now in for the Bulls. They have thrown in the towel here on opening nights for Mexico City. Very strong defensive game. Offense has looked good and bad at times, but this defense has had 2 really strong quarters of play here to open and close the game. Cornette down low, has to pass out. Nothing there for Chicago. Dennis drives and is fouled, and we're going to get a few more points for the rookie to close this game out. Exactly what I was looking for, as he misses the front end, but he will finish this game with 24 points. Mexico City is officially 1-0 to begin year 3. This backcourt looks really, really promising. I am so optimistic for the future of this franchise with these 2 guys at the helm. The defense also across the board was pretty fantastic, especially in the first and fourth quarters. What a win. We take it by 21 points for our first win and our first game of the season. 108-87, your final score. Zach LaVine drops in 21 points. Off the bench, only 4 second-half points for LaVine. While the Aztecs get 27 from John Cobb. And David Dennis in his NBA debut drops 24, 6, and 6. 8 for 13 shooting, only 2 turnovers. Naz Reid, 2 boards shy of a triple-double, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 2 for Williams, 1 for Wiseman. We looked really, really good. Offense was not great, but this was a pretty slow-paced game, so I can't really complain all that much. We only took 78 shots, but we did shoot very well across the board. Free throws could use a little bit of work, but we drew a lot of fouls, took plenty of free throws, forced 11 turnovers compared to our 5, outboarded Chicago, and outpassed them as well. Plus 10 points in the paint for the Aztecs over the Bulls here. And that was a very, very nice win. A blowout victory on opening nights. A fun one as well. That fourth quarter was really fun to watch. Could we be in store for a potential playoff team? I think that is a thing to consider given that victory and just given how our guys played that game on offense and defense. We took smart shots for the most part and played some really good on-ball and off-ball defense. No complaints from me. Very good game here for Horace James Jr. in his debut as the new head coach. We have a lot to look forward to the rest of the way, guys. What did you think of that opening night victory? I do at some point want to face the Rockets, who obviously drafted Frank Bauer, the first overall pick. We faced them in a couple of days at home, and then we have them later on the road on December 8th. I think we face them at least one more time later in the year, 2 more times in fact, in March. So we'll see when we are going to face them, but great opening night victory, and that will do it here for me, guys. Thanks for watching as always. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new, and leave your feedback down below. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.